acknowledge the presence of our BPAA, Dr. Ami Dorosan, and Madam Dean, Dr. Lorna Eminia. We shall now start the online program. I will now turn over the virtual floor to Ms. Punzalan, our MC.
Ayun, thank you so much po, Ma'am Ruth, for the introduction. So good afternoon po everyone. Welcome to our virtual welcome and orientation program for AFS exchange student. Before we formally start this program, may I call on Miss Christine Irish Goyena for the prayer.
Let us bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Amen. Dear Lord, we are gathered today before you in humble prayer before we start with this virtual program. We acknowledge that without your blessings, we cannot succeed with our plans and goals. Kindly bestow your grace and divine wisdom upon us who are virtually present here, that we can enjoy camaraderie and love for the greater glory of your name. May you bless anew this activity to be successful and meaningful. May you bless our loved ones and grant them peace and happiness as they go about their activities. May you bless people around the globe that they may survive this pandemic and find happiness despite the situation. As we live after this activity, may we continue to spread love and peace to all people. We ask all this through your mighty name. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem. Okay, so for our opening remarks, may I call on Dr. Maria Teresa M. Abainza, the unit head of the BUCILS-HS.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Kelly. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you to this virtual welcome and orientation program for an AFS student who comes all the way from Italy, Miss Elena Palavini. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. I am very glad to acknowledge the presence of our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Amelia A. Dorosan, who is representing our president, Dr. Arnulfo Mascarenhas. Ma'am Ami's presence is indicative of the admin's support of the programs and partnerships we have. Thank you, Ma'am Ami, for being with us today. Also with us today is the Dean of the Bicol University College of Education, Dr. Lorna Minya, and the Director of the International Relations Office, Dr. Dimson Rivero. I would also like to warmly welcome the representative from AFS, who is also a student from BU, from CBEM, Mr. Gerard Martin Magallanes. And of course, my fellow teachers from BUILS High School Department. We also have with us students from the Humes grade 12 class. Welcome, my dear students. So before she gets to be formally introduced, program. She is now with her host family in Legazpi and has already started, if I'm not mistaken, her classes last Monday. Our virtual gathering this afternoon is for me, is for the purpose of formally welcoming Elena and introducing her to the B officials, teachers, and students. This is also an orientation both for her and the teachers and students of BUILS High School Department. Elena has to be familiar with the rules and regulations of the school she is with. On our part, we shall also be oriented on the AFS program, which has made Elena's study at BU possible. By the way, we also have one student who qualified for the AFS program. If his papers get approved, he will be studying in Japan. He is Ram Redyang. So we hope he makes it. Okay, so once again, thank you everyone for joining us virtually. Have a good day.
Thank you so much to our dear unit head, Dr. Maria Teresa Avanza, for that wonderful opening remarks. I would like to apologize if there was no audio for the Philippine National Anthem earlier. I think there was a problem with the Wi-Fi connection. That's why the audio didn't push through the presentation. Anyway, moving on, I would also like to call on Dr. Dimson M. Rivera, Director of IRO for the rationale of BUAFS partnership.
Okay, thank you very much. It's all, it's been raining for quite some time here in Bicol region. But I'd like to have a lovely greetings to each one of you who are virtually joining us today to welcome our dear Elena. Bicol University and the American Field Service Intellectual Intercultural Programs Philippines have been partners for over a decade now in terms of providing relevant learning programs that are transformative, goal-based, immersive, and structured, non-formal, experiential and practical, and lifelong with the aim of advancing global citizenship, intercultural learning, leadership, and of course, volunteerism. The BU and AFS IPP partnership has been successful and consistent in promoting and administering educational and intercultural exchange programs that enable students to enhance their ways of thinking, learning, and living in the world. The BUAFS IPP partnership also provided an avenue for students to acquire skills like critical thinking or reasoning, creative thinking or creativity, problem solving, metacognition, collaboration, communication, and global citizenship. Years back and way before the pandemic, Bicol University has been accepting international students from all over the globe. Like we have students from France, Japan, Belgium, United States of America, and even in Germany. These foreign students had the best opportunities to experience the culture of excellence and trusts of hospitality of Bicol University, as well as the vibrance of tourist destinations to highlight the pristine white sand beaches surrounded by crystal clear waters and the reminiscing cultural heritage of Bicol region. I am pretty much sure that Elena will have her best time too soon. Close to this, we are also sending one, as mentioned by our unit head, we are also sending one grade 11 student of Bicol University to the Asia Kakehashi program in Japan for a period of 9 months. The Asia Kakehashi program is under the AFS Intercultural Programs, which is a study abroad scholarship program for Asian high schoolers interested in building their global competence. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the omnibus challenges and disheartening impact of the COVID-19 pandemic to the world, Bicol University Philippines and AFS IPP will continue to flourish in creating waves of internationalization and building unprecedented milestones. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Sir Dimson, for that wonderful rationale. And so, to give us the AFS program orientation and introduction of AFS exchange student, may I now call on Gerard Martin Magallanes, an AFS representative. I will stop sharing my screen po para so that Sir Gerard can share his presentation.
There's no sound.
Hello.
Okay na.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all the students who are here in the virtual meeting. Good afternoon to our director of the IRO, Sir Dimson, to our beloved VPAA, Ma'am Ami De Rosan, to our dean of the BUSE, Ma'am Lorna Minya, and of course to our new unit head, Ma'am to our new unit head, Ma'am Abianza, good afternoon, and to the senior high school coordinator who are also is in the meeting, Adornado, and to all the senior high school teachers who are also here in the meeting, good afternoon. So, first of all, on behalf of the AFS, we would like to express our gratitude for accepting always the AFS scholars from other countries and for the strong partnership that we had. And hopefully, we still continue this partnership despite of this new normal setup. So today, I will introduce to you what is the AFS and um, what's the scholarship that we may offer from the AFS. So AFS, or we call it before as an American Foreign Services, but today we call it AFS Intercultural Programs Philippines. It is an international, voluntary, non-governmental, non-profit organization that provides intercultural learning opportunities to help people develop the knowledge, skills, and understanding needed to create a more just and a peaceful world. So AFS is a international wide organization. So we have all over the countries partnership. So we have I think we have 50 countries that partnered with the AFS. So the programs of the AFS is the following. So we have descending programs, hosting programs, virtual offerings, and volunteer and chapter development. So to all the BU high school students who are here, you listen because you might be interesting to join the AFS programs. So for the academic also, we have academic programs, internship programs, educators programs, language programs, and volunteer abroad. So for the participants profile, so we call it the 18 minus and the 18 plus. So all the 18 minus, that's the high school, and the 18 plus is the university, volunteer, and teachers and educators. So for the high school programs, are the qualifications to avail the high school programs. So age must be 15 to 18, type of participation. For the language, there's no specific language requirement. Grade level, usually it came from grade 8 to grade 12 applicants and interested in intercultural learning and global education and has the financial capacity to settle the program participation fee. So the program duration of this program, for the year, we have 10 to 11 months. We have the semester, which is 4 to 5 months. We have also the trimester, which are the 3 to 4 months, and the intensive, 2 weeks to 3 months, and the very short is 2 weeks to 1 month. And for the program details, so usually all the AFS volunteers or scholars, they need to live and stay with a host family, study in a host school, learn a foreign language, learn independence and self-awareness, and have an intercultural experience of a lifetime. So 14,000 participants worldwide per year, usually, that the AFS cater all over the world. So one of the program is also is to support from AFS global network of volunteers, families, schools, and AFS partner staff with 44,000 strong networks of the AFS. For the adult program, which is the 18 plus, we have the university, internship, educators, language, and volunteer abroad. For the 18 plus programs, are the profile or the requirements. So it must be 18 plus, so 18 above are the one who can join the 18 plus programs. Next is some programs are require an intermediate language level. So it depends. Maybe some of the programs requiring at least you have 2 specific language that you practice. And for the duration, 1 to 48 weeks. And for the application, year long, but is also flexible. So, yeah. For more details of our programs, you may visit the AFS Media. So we have the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you have questions, you may also directly go to our website, that info.philippine@efs.org. And that's all. So that's the overview of the AFS and what's the programs under the AFS. So I'll now proceed for the AFS host family. So right now, Elena is staying at our home. So we, the Magallanes family, are the one that Elena's host family. So my mom is also my Elena's mom, and my sister is also Elena's sister. And of course, my papa is also Elena's papa. So we treat them as like a part of our family. So we have a lot of experiences of hosting family, and it give us a lot of good memories and unforgettable experiences when we always host an AFS volunteer. So now, who are eligible to host? So all types of families are welcome. So the nuclear family, extended family, a single parent family, childless family or empty nesters, or the LGBTQ family. So everyone here is welcome to be a host family. So it depends upon your status, but we do not discriminate those families who are very willing to host AFS volunteers or scholars. So as part of the host families, we are required to treat the participant as a real family member, give accommodation, prepare quality meals, provide transportation going to and from school, or provide stable internet connection, and accept basic everyday expenses incurred. So as a host family, you don't need to treat special our hosts, our AFS volunteers or scholars. So what's your practice in your home can be also the practice of our AFS volunteers. So you don't need to treat them special. So you just only give them loving care, and of course, the food that you serve on the table. That's also you need to prepare for the AFS scholars or volunteers. So our host families are required to ensure that the participant attends that takes full part in AFS activities and orientation during the exchange, attend orientation activities held for host families whenever possible, ensure that our family and our participant have contact with the AFS support volunteer or other designated AFS volunteer on at least a monthly basis. So next is assist our participants in having a successful experience in school, seeking help from the AFS support volunteer if the participant is experiencing unusual adjustment and difficulties. So host family are required to monitor contact between the student and natural family via phone and internet, encouraging the participant to not communicate more frequently than the recommended in the communication guidelines stated in the host family handbook, and also abide by guidelines for natural family visits and contact our AFS support volunteer immediately should a natural family member propose to visit the participant during the exchange period. And host families are required to always notify the AFS support volunteers in a timely manner for the following reasons. First, if our family and or the participant is away from home for more than 24 hours, giving contact details in case of emergency. If serious issue arise, including but not limited to serious illness, injury, or hospitalization, arrest or detention by authorities, violation of AFS rules regarding driving, hitchhiking, or use of illegal drugs, potentially harmful behavior. And if we learn that our student has had unexcused absences from school, has missed classes, or is having other academic programs, if we are considering also any other exchange participant, even if on a temporary basis, so that the participant's natural family can be contacted for approval of the double placement. And if contact from the if the contact from the natural family via phone, letter, or email interferes with the participant's adaptation process. So what AFS can provide? 24/7 local emergency contact and additional support, series of orientations throughout the program, monthly contact, and AFS host family intercultural learning journey. So as of now, I am with Howard Cotario, also a student from the BU College of Arts and Letters. So he is one of the support volunteers of the AFS. So he is the one who's in charge in making our AFS volunteers comfortable and can adjust um, during the process of his immersion here in our country. So what host families should understand. So AFS has the sole responsibility for determining host family placement, will assist our family and our participants in having a successful hosting experience. Volunteers have the authority to move the participant to another family if this is in his or her best interest and are the interest of our family. Does not carry liability insurance for individual participants, or host families cannot be held responsible for claims for damages or injuries. As the host or the parents are not the legal guardians of the participant, may sign forms for school-related activities by crossing out the word parent guardian and writing in a host family to make the relationship clear. Must obtain the signature of the natural parents or guardians on any other documents requiring natural parent or legal guardian's signature. It is also They are also not authorized to act as agents for AFS for any purpose. And for the participants, this is our the AFS volunteers and scholars. To you, Elena. So our participants are required to attend school, complete assignments, and abide by all school policies. Welcome with spending money for optional activities or purchases during the exchange period. The participant and natural parents have agreed to EFS rules and guidelines regulating participant behavior and have a right to legal representation if questioned or detained by police. Participants also are not authorized to act as agents for AFS for any purpose. And for the medical concern, AFS provides the participant medical plan to make sure that prompt suitable medical treatment is given to an AFS participant anywhere in the world whenever needed. If a participant gets unexpectedly hurt or ill while on an AFS programs, AFS seeks to ensure that his or her covered participant medical expenses will be paid. So the AFS participant medical plan specifics, the AFS participant is covered by the AFS participant medical plan. Claims should be submitted, preferably by the medical service provider, directly to a AON consulting or as outlined in the AFS host family handbook. So this is what are the benefits of being a host family. So of course, welcome adventure. So we experience your world through the eyes of a young person from another country. Welcome change. Prepare your family to become global citizens, ready to connect with people from around the world. And welcome discovery. Help an international student learn how to live and enjoy your culture and traditions. So this is the examples of the host families already. So there are times in life that you cannot describe. Those you simply have the experience. It is that feeling we as parents had when someone else's child called us mom and dad when he called us from across the world to tell us he enrolled in a university or that he has girlfriend. These things are indescribable and only those who experience it can understand. So this is one of the message from our host family from Serbia. So this is the examples and documentations that EFS is have a good host family. And of course, way back 2018, 19, Mr. and Miss Barameda hosted an AFS scholar from Belgium, which is Caitlin. Caitlin also enrolled in BU High School together with Sepe. Sepe also in BU High School, and the host family of Sepe is Mr. and Miss Barameda, and the host family of Caitlin is Miss Bongat from Sibem. So to continue the responsibilities of the school, so may I give the floor to Howard Putario.
Hello, good afternoon. to everyone. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence during these unprecedented times. Allow me to introduce myself first. I am John Howard Catario. I am an AFS volunteer, and I am from College of Arts and Letters. I am taking up broadcasting. So I am also an AFS Vice Chairperson for Internal Affairs, AFS Allied Chapter. And I am also the chairperson of AFS IPPBU chapter. So at this juncture, I will be the one who's going to tell you about the host school. Okay. Okay, so our host school, AFS expects that the school provided a safe and nurturing environment for participants, and that participant is treated like a common student and as a part of your school community. Host schools should provide orientations for the participant to discuss the school rules, regulation, course description, class schedule, and reliable support system in the school, for like guidance counselor. So this is the host school basics. Host schools should participate in the orientation provided by the EFS. They should also seek advice from the EFS community volunteer to ensure that both participants and the institution have the most enriching and enjoyable experience possible. Host schools should also provide their school calendar for the benefit of each hosted participant upon their arrival. Next slide, please. Okay, so what do we expect as a host? So if possible, communicate with your participants and his or her host parents with the first week of arrival. Most schools find it helpful to read about their participants' culture, history, and geography. And also expect that the students might experience culture shock that they are going through the adjustment phase. So as a host school, we need to tell them, because of course we have different cultures. They have different upbringings. Like for example, in Italy, it's far different from what we have here in the Philippines. So I think
Howard,
by the help of this,
Howard,
we will be able
Howard,
to accept them and to tell them that this is our culture, so that they will be able to, they won't be culture shocked with what's happening in us. So this is our roles and responsibility.
Howard, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please ask Gerard to mute the other microphone.
Yes,
Kasi
ma'am.
okay.
I'm very sorry because we are in one area.
Okay. Nag-echo kasi.
Wait. Okay na po ba, ma'am? Hello?
Yeah, I think that's better.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. Anyway, let's proceed. This is the roles and responsibilities of AFS. So number one, we need to facilitate one-day orientation about the program offering of AFS. So this is what we are doing right now. Assist student teachers and educators in AFS. AFS programs, arrange foreign student activities outside the school, responsible for providing complete orientation throughout the program duration. Okay, so orientation for participants. This is the orientation provided for participants. So upon the arrival orientation, number two is post-arrival orientation. This is in the duration of 3 to 6 weeks later. Next is the mid-stay orientation, halfway point of exchange, and the last one is end-of-stay orientation, or the prior to departure. Note that it is required that the participants attend all this orientation offered by the AFS, so we will be able to know what is happening between like the institution as well as our exchange student. Okay, now let's proceed to the students' responsibilities. This is for Elena. So Elena, you have to abide by the school regulations. Whatever the school is required you to do, you have to abide with the regulations. You have to attend your classes as agreed in the signed academic commitment and participate in school activities or organization. If there's a chance for you to participate in school activities, if there's an organization, you can join that. So you'll be able to immerse yourself in these types of things that we are doing. And in Bicol University, we have a lot of organizations there, and we have a lot of activities that you can join. So you'll be able to meet and to mingle with our with the students as well as the institution. So how can our school help prevent culture shock? So like what I've said earlier, we since we have different cultures and we have different upbringings, of course, culture shock is very inevitable. So we have to explain the education system observed in your school or in our school. We have to repeat your explanations to whatever the might be like the tribulations that the institution and the exchange students might encounter. Encourage AFS participants to get some rest. Speak clearly and slowly because like we have language barriers, right? So um, English is not usually like students from other countries like Russia, Germany, Italy, Belgium. English is not their first language, right? So we have to speak clearly and slowly for them to be able to understand us even better. And of course, discuss the information with participants and other members of the faculty. Next slide, please. So what to do in case of adjustment difficulties? So we have to, number one, we have to discuss differences openly. We need, like, this is like very inevitable with this type of thing because um, usually there is like a problem or tribulations that we encounter like in the long run. So if ever this might happen, but I hope that it's not. So we have to discuss differences openly. And if this happened, contact your AFS community volunteer. For Elena, I am the community volunteer. So if ever there might be a problem, you can contact me. So it should you feel from the participant is experiencing unusual or severe adjustment difficulties, and of course encourage participants to speak freely about their feelings and for ask for assistance anytime. Okay, so I will be discussing the AFS rules and regulations, of course. No drugs, no driving. They're not allowed to drive because, of course, they're still 18. 18. I know that our legal age here in the Philippines is 18, but like um, we have different things. It's far different from what we have right here. So there's like no driving and no hitchhiking. Okay, other rules is to no to alcohol drinking and smoking, no to employment. So they are also not allowed to be able to employ to um, different like if ever they want, it's not possible. And no to unauthorized travel. So what does this mean? So our AFS volunteers or AFS students or exchange students, they are not allowed to travel without um, a member of their host family. So the host family should know wherever the exchange student is going. And lastly, like the medical concerns, AFS provides a participant medical plan to make sure that prompt, suitable medical treatment is given to AFS participant anywhere in the world, whenever needed. If a participant gets unexpected hurt or ill while on AFS program, AFS seeks to ensure that his or her covered participant medical expenses will be paid. So if there's like a problem with, for example, our students are exposed to, let's say, like things that we are not really expecting, is AFS will cover their medical expenses. Next slide, please. Okay, so that would be all. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, thank you to Sir Gerard and Sir Howard for enlightening us students and educators with the AFS programs and opportunities. You never know, maybe one of us 12 UM students will also be part of AFS programs if ever. I will be sharing my screen again.
Hi.
Hi, Elena.
Hi everyone. I'm Elena Palavigna. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Italy. And I want to thank you so much for accepting me to your school. And I'm really grateful. I know there are sorry that there might be a language barrier, but I hope that it does not hinder. Okay, us from being friends, and I'm looking forward to be friendly with you all. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, of course, we could be friends despite the language barrier. So, ayan, thank you, Elena. To proceed with our program, I would like to call on Miss Joyce Madrideo, the advisor of UMS 12, for the BUCILS SHS curriculum, academic policies, and school regulations.
Good afternoon once again. Acknowledging the presence of Dr. Amelia De Rosan, Dr. Lorna Minya, Dr. Dimson Rivera, to our unit head, Dr. Abainsa, and to our senior high school coordinator, Professor Adornado, to faculty, students, Gerard, my former student, and to Elena. Good afternoon. Please allow me to present to you the BUCEILS Senior High School Curriculum, Academic Policies, and School Regulations. I'm Joyce Madrideo, the advisor of Grade 12 Humanities and Social Sciences. Next slide, please. Kelly. All right. Miss Elena will be immersed in grade 12 humanities and social sciences. And these are the subjects that she will be studying throughout the semester. The subjects are physical science, entrepreneurship, empowerment technologies, inquiries, investigation, and immersion, trends, networks, and critical thinking in the 21st century, community engagement, solidarity, and citizenship, and culminating activity or immersion, having a total units of 31.5 and is equivalent to 560 hours. Now, how do we compute the grades in senior high school? Table 2 presents the weight distribution of the summative assessment components for senior high school. For academic track, we have the following assessment components: written works and performance tasks. For core subjects, The weight for written works is 40% and 60% for performance tasks. For all other subjects, we have written works 40% and performance tasks 60%. And for work immersion, research, business enterprise, simulation, exhibit, performance, we have written works 50% and performance tasks 50%. For mode of instructional delivery, we are using the asynchronous and synchronous learning modalities. For asynchronous, we use Google Classrooms in uploading the modules for asynchronous classes. Attendance will not be checked, only the outputs. The students can work at their own pace, guided by the class schedule. For synchronous, we use the Facebook Messenger rooms, Facebook group chat, Zoom, and Google Meet for synchronous meetings. For synchronous, there shall be 2 synchronous meetings only a day per section, but the faculty can opt to have 3 or more synchronous classes in a month, depending on the needs. A total of 2 hours, 1 hour per subject, is required for a day to limit the screen time of the students. The senior high school office gives the synchronous schedule of classes to each class advisor to be disseminated to all students and senior high school faculty. On academic assessment, students are given academic tasks such as written and oral activities, quizzes, projects, and virtual culminating activities. They have to submit all the required outputs per grading period, otherwise their rating is affected. Moreover, they have to attend the synchronous classes as scheduled. A quarterly assessment is given at the end of each quarter. A 75 or lower rating can be given to a student who failed to submit all the requirements after the senior high school office has already exhausted all means to notify both parents and student concerned. All grades submitted to the senior high school office are official and final. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Madam Joyce, for giving us the insight on how the SHS is graded and how our classes work for our virtual mode of education right now. So, to give us a welcome message, in behalf of President Arnulfo Mascareñas, I would like to call on Dr. Amelia De Rosan, our Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Am I audible? Okay,
Yes, madam.
Oh.
You're audible.
Thank you very much. This afternoon, we have 2 events in one. We have the welcome to Elena Falaviña. Nice meeting you. And then the orientation to the program for the AFS exchange students. To our beloved Dean of the College of Education, Madam Lorne Minya, our Director of the International Relations Office, very efficient and very workaholic, Dr. Dimson Rivera. I salute you, sir. And I admire you for your dedication and commitment to the work. Kaya world-class university talaga. Also to our head of the high school department, Ma'am Tess Abainsa, thank you very much for accepting the challenge. And of course, we have our faculty members of the high school ILS department. I'm honored to join with you in behalf of the president. She cannot be here, Elena, but she, as soon as he is in the office, I know he will try to meet with you sometime. So, but I'm happy that I'm also given this opportunity to meet you. If not for this, siguro I may not be able to meet you. I'm also grateful that we have with us some students. Do we have some students around? Okay, so that's very good. And we also have some parents of our high school, especially the senior high school. Also, yesterday, I just recommended the AFS scholarship of, ano pangalan niya, Randy?
Ram.
Okay, so I just, when the paper reached me, of course, but there were too many meetings yesterday, but I acted on it yesterday, and hopefully the president will be able to already act on that. But sure naman na yun. So it is really an inspiration this afternoon to see everyone joining hands together for this event. So in behalf of the president, let me read his message. If there's one thing we Filipinos are known for, Elena especially, it is our hospitality and genial nature towards others. So we are very grateful and we are honored to welcome you to Bicol University. So we love the sound of laughter, the taste of good food, and the warmth of family. So these are some of the things that you may value in here in Bicol region and here in Legazpi and particularly in Bicol University. And today is no different. We are welcoming not simply a student, an AFS scholar, but more so a family member who will be with the Bicol University community for one semester. If I am to make the decision, I would have wanted Elena to be one with us for at least 2 semesters. So Elena, probably you may think it over and be here with us for a year. According to the president. If only to experience how a third world country like the Philippines facing a pandemic can still be resilient, can still be happy, and can still be welcoming and compassionate not only to strangers, but more so to one whom we welcome as part of the Bicol University family. So, if you decide to extend for 1 year, you are most welcome. If had it not been for the pandemic, we would have arranged a quick tour of the city. But then again, if Elena would simply look around the campus, when she finds the time, she will definitely not miss the majestic beauty of our world-class Mount Mayon. This epic volcano that has drawn various admirers and visitors from around the globe. But sometime, hopefully, when the circumstances will already allow, we will tour you around the province. The thing is, from where Elena came from, which is Italy, we love the pasta and the pizza. She shares with us too the same love for family and the striking hospitality and geniality towards visitors and strangers alike. So I feel that she won't get homesick. So hopefully you will not get homesick as you are around like-minded people. But I'm sure also you may not find our version of the pizza as engaging and delectable as the original Italian pizza, but I'm sure the sounds of life and laughter in the midst of gloom and doom of this pandemic will keep you grounded and at home. We thank our International Relations Office and of course the high school department family for adopting her as part of the Bicol University family. And we hope that Elena, you may find your stay as fruitful, as engaging, and as warm as your beloved country of origin, which is Italy. So, benvenuto in familia. Elena, welcome to the family. And I'm happy personally to welcome you also to the Bicol University family. Now, as for my words of encouragement to our beloved students, we hope that you can become one among those students who are vying for this very prestigious opportunity to be an AFS scholar and be counted as one. We will encourage you, and I hope that you will be inspired to work harder so that someday you can also reach for this dream. Sabi ko nga ni, dream big. Because when you dream big, you will be able to reach that dream and work hard to reach that dream. So my dear beloved students of the ILS, continue to soar high, continue to dream, and continue to work harder to reach for your dreams. So with this, my gratitude, my congratulations, and my welcome and good luck to you, Madam Elena Falaviña. And to our beloved students, good luck as well. Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Thank you, Ma'am Amelia de Rosan, for the words of encouragement and relaying President Mascareñas' inspiring welcome message. So for another welcome message, may I call on Dr. Lorna M. Minya, the Dean of Bicol University College of Education.
Okay, sorry. I think I didn't. Okay. I would like to, I would just like to add to the welcoming messages. Much have been said about the program, and Miss Elena has been welcomed wholeheartedly by everyone in the university. So I will just say, I also welcome you to the College of Education, particularly and the high school department. And for us, it is also a good opportunity to interact with you. And for you, it's also a good opportunity to interact with our students. Now, that the opportunity for having an AFS student among our midst will be an avenue for sharing culture, for sharing practices, for sharing ideas, which will contribute to the learning not only of Miss Elena here, but also of the students that we have in the senior high school. So you will find that your peers here in the Philippines, particularly in Legazpi City, have some common practices or common ideas that you have there. And so being together for a certain period of time, you will find out that you are sharing some thoughts, you are sharing some ideas which you can also bring back to your place in Italy. So I hope you will enjoy your stay in the College of Education, particularly in the ILS, and I hope you enjoy your stay in the Bicol region. As Ma'am Ami said, we hope you will be able to see the beauty of the Bicol region. Soon, I hope it will be safe for us all to bring you around so that you will be able to bring back to Italy a lot of photos and experiences. So welcome once again to ILS, particularly the senior high school. I hope you will have a good experience together. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lorna Minya, for that wonderful welcome message as well. So to proceed with our program, I would like to call on our special guest, the one we are welcoming for this afternoon, Miss Elena Falaviña, the AFS exchange student from Italy, for her words of gratitude.
Hi. Oh, I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for the warm welcome. I'm related to meet all of you. And I am looking forward to a great semester and at the same time contributed to the school in all my abilities and to immerse the Philippines culture. So thank you so much for all.
Thank you so much, Elena. Welcome to Bicol University. I hope the greetings have been warm. So now a message of the grade 12 youth representative, which is yours truly. I will be revealing myself now para so that you'll be able to see me as well. Ayun. Hi, Elena. I have been the MC for this afternoon's program. So I've written a short message for you here on my notes. So I do not intend to prolong this message since everything that should be said, the warm welcomes and greetings, has already been done earlier. However, in behalf of UMS 12, I would just like to personally welcome Elena to the Philippines and to Bicol University. It is such an honor and a delight to have you as our classmate for a few months, and we hope that you learn a lot, not just from our teachers and our virtual classroom, but also from the people that you will be encountering, the places you will be visiting, and from our culture as Filipinos. Once again, welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay here. Before we end our program for this afternoon, I would like to call on Ma'am Rotessa A. Adornado, our BUCILS Senior High School Coordinator, for the closing remarks.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Bicol University College of Education Integrated Laboratory School High School Department, I would like to thank the BU Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ami Dorosan, the Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Lorna Minya, the Director of International Relation Office, Dr. Dimson Rivera, the Unit Head of Bucels, Dr. Maria Teresa Bainsa, Gerard and Howard for being with us today and for the support extended to Bucels in this activity. I would also like to thank all the faculty members and the students who attended this virtual program. To Elena, I hope you will have a very meaningful experience and stay here in Legazpi City as you study in Bucels High School. So good luck and keep safe always. Thank you, everyone. That ends our virtual program this afternoon to welcome Miss Elena Falavinia. Miss Kelly?
Yes, thank you so much, Ma'am Ruth, for that closing remarks. Before everyone leaves the G Meet, may I request everyone to turn on your cameras for a photo op.
Okay, you may stop your presentation now. Okay.
So students of 12 UMS, you may also turn on your cameras.
Wait.
Don't be shy. She is our classmate.
All right. Are you done, Kelly?
Okay, so if no one else is going to open their cameras, I'm going to start taking photos. So everyone smile. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
All right.
Are we done?
Wait, I think somebody else opened their camera, madam. I'll try to capture all of you. Okay, so
Okay.
once again, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right. So we're done, Kelly, right? So thank you very much, everyone. Okay, thank you for your attendance. Keep safe. God bless. You may leave now the Google Meet. Thank you. Yes, Sir Dimson, you have a query po?
Yes, ma'am. Before
Ah,
we formally leave the virtual platform, I'd like also to
yes.
invite Elena together with the AFS representatives, Gerard and company, to
Okay
please
po.
make your Monday available. I'm not quite sure with what time is our courtesy visit to the university president
Okay.
and to other university provosts in the gas building. But I already have arranged it, Gerard, with the Office of the President that will be doing a round of courtesy visits to the provost of the university. So that's going to be basically on Monday morning. So it's going to be Monday morning. But I'll be contacting you, Gerard, maybe later this weekend if we already have had booked a time slot with the university president. And Elena will be joined by Ram, our AFS applicant who is also bound for Japan for the AFS
Japan.
intercultural program in a different program also. But like what I've said, please free your Monday morning. But I'll be finalizing it before Monday, so that's basically on over the weekend. Thank
Sir
you.
Dean, Sir Dean,
Yes, Paul.
I understand Ram will have to meet with me and Ma'am Lawrence because we have
Yes.
to talk about ano yung plans.
Yes, ma'am. I already talked to the parent of Ram and also with Ram, because I have my reservation of before I sign. I mean, after signing rather the application of Ram, as I favorably endorse it to the VPAA for further endorsement to the university president. I have there some notabenes that you have to talk first with the dean of the College of Ed and then the unit head of the integrated school of what will you do, how are you going to catch up with your missed lessons. So and we already had also a short and a very quick talk with Ram and his parent with Mom Amy De Rosa in a very informal way along in my office yesterday. So Ma'am Annie De Rosan already gave some instructions to Gerard. I mean to Ram and to his mom. But basically, ma'am, I don't know if what time are they going to po sa office nyo together with.
Ask ko na lang po si Ma'am Lawrence kung
Yes,
kailan
ma'am.
ang available time
Yes.
ni Ma'am Lawrence.
Yes, po. Yes, po. Thank you very much. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay
Welcome,
po.
Elena.
Thank
Hope to see
you.
Salamat po.
Salamat.
Thank you, Elena. Goodbye, everyone.
Hi, thank you.
I
Saan man mapunta, isa walang susuko.